if you know your sidereal rising sign, you're just going to follow along. You may want to take notes if you like. For Aries rising, this will be a 4th house full moon for you. So that's home and property, it's family, it's parents, right? It's the natural themes of Cancer. It's your later life. Could be one or both parents. Cancer typically has to do with the mother, especially ruled by the moon. This is more what happens inside the home, and typically and traditionally, that was the mother's domain, right? Now, that's not to say that that's how things are anymore so much, but that's typically and traditionally how we might look at Cancer. Now, for Taurus rising, this is going to be a 3rd house full moon for you. So communication, short distance travel. So things are happening local to you. Childhood education is 3rd house. Siblings, neighbors, cousins, aunts, uncles, so kind of your extended family, those are all ruled by 3rd house. And the 3rd house also rules your immediate environment. For Gemini, this will be a 2nd house full moon for you. So wealth and possessions, movable assets, money that you earn from the work that you do. The 2nd house also has to do with expenses and your possessions. And so for a full moon in the 2nd house, sometimes we might see a person selling off maybe like a more valuable possession or a prized possession, or making a big ticket purchase of some sort. Okay. For Cancer, this of course is a 1st house full moon for you. So that has to do with personality and identity, your self-expression, your physical body. The 1st house is our appearance. It's the role we play in the world. It's how we behave, our mannerisms, right? For Leo, this is a 12th house full moon. So that has to do with privacy and seclusion. It has to do with spirituality. It has to do with the unconscious mind. The 12th house also rules our escapist tendencies, right? Like addictions and whatnot. But also the 12th house governs solo projects. So any kind of work that you're doing kind of behind closed doors or out of the public eye, or working on largely by yourself, may be reaching a point where you're about to wrap things up with this full moon, and the 10 days following it are the ideal time to put the finishing touches on any kind of solo project that you might be working on, and just, you know, wrap it up and put it to bed. For Virgo rising, this is an 11th house full moon for you. So that's friends, organizations, hopes and dreams, which is fun because if you followed my advice 6 months ago, if you're Virgo rising, you would have had a new moon in your 11th house, which is a perfect opportunity to take action towards manifesting a long-held hope or dream. And if you did that 6 months ago, now that we're at the full moon, you may be moving into a position where you're about to kind of launch that into the world and fulfill that hope or dream. And that's always very exciting. For Libra rising, this is going to be a 10th house full moon for you. So career and achievement, awards, recognition, status and reputation, fame, all of those things are 10th house, right? It's your professional life. For Scorpio rising, this will be a 9th house full moon for you. So international affairs, travel, immigration, long distance travel, like to foreign countries, broadcasting, publishing, higher education, legal matters. Those are all 9th house matters as well. What else? Religion, philosophy. I said law, right? Legal matters. Sagittarius rising is going to be an 8th house full moon for you. So that's other people's resources that are at your disposal, other people's money, money that you earn from investments. It can be insurance monies, so like claims that are paid out to you or premiums that you're paying to an insurance company. It can also have to do with taxes. It can have to do with wills, with estates, inheritance, bonus or commission income. Those things are 8th house money. But the 8th house also rules some more kind of esoteric themes like the occult, death, rebirth, transformation. 8th house has to do with research and investigations, okay? And it has to do with psychology as well. The 8th house is a house of healing, and a full moon can be an opportunity to really move into a place of healing in a psychological area as well, where you can move into some healing. And that's actually one of the things that we're going to be talking about tonight when we get into talking about Cancer, and what you can use this full moon for. If you have Capricorn rising, this is going to be a 7th house full moon for you. So marriage and partnership, business, relationships with others in general. The descendant specifically points to what we reject about ourselves and what we project onto other people. If you're wanting to use this full moon to do some shadow work, or Capricorn risings here. Who else? Aquarius, 6th house, work, health, pets, daily routines, habits, schedules. Diet is also ruled by the 6th house, right? It has a lot to do with your health, okay? For Pisces, this will be a 5th house full moon for you. So creativity, children, love, romance, things we enjoy. The 5th house has to do with activities that we do for fun, things we do for pleasure, right? So hobbies can fall under the 5th house. Creative acts can fall under the 5th house, including art. So can sports and risk-taking activities, things like gambling and whatnot. Those are also 5th house activities. What we'll do is we will move on to part 3, where we're going to dive into the themes of Cancer, the Cancer archetype. We're going to explore it a little bit more in depth, and we'll also talk about some prompts for how you can use this particular full moon to kind of let go of stuff.